So welcome to today's fit. We're here with Sophie, who's joined us today. I guess tell us a bit about your bag and what it is that we're looking to get for you today.
I am still a beginner golfer. I'm a 34 handicap and my bag is a bit of a botched job of things I've been given or found on Facebook or got in the sale from different places, but I want to definitely upgrade my irons and maybe some of the woods, not sure, depending on what magic Simon can work, and hopefully it will help me on my journey to becoming a bit better.
In terms of from I guess general playing point of view at the moment, is there anything in particular you're seeing with these that you're not happy with, or a particular aspect that you're looking to change?
I aim right because they always go left, which I think then makes it even worse, but my miss is very often left.
Okay.
And also just, I guess, consistency, but I'm not just relying on the clubs for that, obviously, so that's me as well.
That's got to be all the clubs. Got to be all the clubs. Great. Right. Well, that gives us a start point.
Yeah.
Let's get cracking and see what we can do.
Okay.
So a little issue with the screen recording that we do, which shows some of the data and the shots as they come through. So sadly we can't input that as normal, but we've taken some screen grabs of the data itself. We'll input that where we can as well, but we'll talk you through what's going on and any of the changes made. So enjoy the video. So looking over the club setup from Sophie's setup, the Burner Plus irons are from around 2008, 2009. They've still got a decent cavity to them, shaft weight 50 grams, so they're still pretty relevant to where a lot of today's specs are. Yes, there's a bit more tech in the iron heads that can perimeter weight a little bit more now than we used to get, but there's nothing kind of particularly strange about them. Standard length is, actually, probably for back then was fairly long, but Sophie's not short, Sophie's fairly tall, so that actually lengthwise looks pretty good. But there's a little bit of variability within the swing weights, they're a little bit up and down. So from a tolerance point of view, the balance is a little bit kind of less consistent than we'd like, certainly now. So getting the timing and the strike consistently is going to be on the harder side because they're going to swing differently. And then so wood-wise, actually what's good is the driver length isn't overly long. Actually pretty good consistency between the Cobra woods. Actually with where the iron setup is, the balance is through the set, the woods and irons is actually pretty good. So whilst there's a bit of it's not as much of a mishmash, but there's a little bit of ebb and flow to the balance on the irons. Actually across the set, there's a good continuity there. So really a case of seeing how they work for Sophie and see what we can achieve. Okay, cool, right, throw one over. So what's good is you've got a natural inclination to give it a hit, because actually speed helps with golf. So if your natural instinct is to be more positive, then that's great because you've got speed in there. So I'd much rather see that than almost sort of just kind of going through the motions and putting no speed in at all. What is happening, what we're seeing a lot of, I'll just go into the averages here. Let's do that. So actually the path is consistent, but it is from the inside. So that's where the root of the right to left shape is, but you're getting to overclose the face a little bit. So certainly from a club setup point of view, I want to look at how can we use the weight, there's a bit more weight in the club head, delay that hit a little bit more, drop it in a bit more and give you more to actually hit against and time with. The theory would be that a heavier head, bottom end will kind of lag in a little bit more and then you can't overclose it. It then should be able to kind of start it a bit right and draw back rather than shut the toe down and wrap it left. But strike-wise is good. The ball speed, that kind of smash, that's the ratio of ball speed to club speed. So there are certain equations we want to see from an energy transfer point of view. When it's good, it's up at 144, which is really strong. So you get a good ball speed out of it, and part of that is shutting the face down rather than opening it is a much stronger delivery. So you get plenty of ball speed there. But we just need to freaking kind of dial in the radar a little bit, and let you be nice and positive. But not then have to kind of manage the club face too much. That's going to, from a development point of view, allow you to really start to move on. Whereas those, I think you're going to find you've almost got to pull on the reins a little bit and quieten it off. But that's then hard to do as your game develops. You're naturally going to get a bit more positive because your technique's going to improve. And if there's nothing there to hit against, then it's hard to time. You've got to then back it off. So certainly what we'll look at is get a bit more weight in the club head. develop that out and see if that helps to straighten it up.
Cool.
So starting with a head that, where if the flight's a little low, we're going to a head just going to keep a bit of ball flight up. It's a similar kind of shape to your current one, so I don't want to change too much, but take your shaft weight up a little bit, and it's a 1/4 inch longer.
Oh,
but
okay.
broadly speaking, same kind of length as your current ones, but we've gone up in weight a little bit.
Okay, fine.
This is really about sort of testing the limits and finding, right, where do we go too heavy? Because we
Yeah.
know, your current ones look a little bit on the light side, so
Yeah.
where's heavy enough? But also we need to find out the kind of the top end to make sure that we don't push it too far as well. Okay.
Felt nice.
It's a good start.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't good.
So what's good, I mean, I've taken shaft weight up about a good 10 to 15 grams.
Yeah.
And you can see we're having more club. One, it's helping to drop it in, and that's actually, we're starting to see it go, you start a bit more right, and then like the previous one, start right and draw back rather than start on line or left and go even further.
The
left.
first
So
one felt really good.
the principle of having more weight, there's definitely the right way to go. Let's see
Yeah.
one more with that. Okay, so I'm going to push it a little bit further. I'll make a bit of a change. So just pushing this up, gone up about another 5 or 6 grams.
Okay.
But want to find where too heavy is, because obviously you're used to quite a light, relatively light setup.
Yeah. It does feel heavier. Oh God,
Okay.
that one was not good.
He looks happier now.
I'm not surprised. He does shots like that as well. Oh God.
Just stand, that one you just stood a little closer to.
Okay.
So a lot of the time close feels controlled, but you actually don't give
Yeah.
yourself room to free your arms
Swing.
up. So just give yourself a little bit more space. Okay, so this one I definitely don't want to be, this is getting towards top end in terms of weight wise, where it's just starting to drop a little behind you and catch the ground. I'm just going to drop the weight back down a little bit, but you can definitely see that it's better for you to have a bit of weight there rather than not, because so you actually respond to having the weight, it gives you something to hit against.
Yeah.
So it allows you to be more positive, which then just means that kind of helps you develop that out as you play more, rather than have to, say if you have to rein it back, then all you're doing is just taking away some of your strength, which is actually the strength to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice height on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to test a little bit lighter. So they're generally just a little bit on back hip and having to fetch it a bit.
Okay.
And it's whether we're still a little bit heavy,
Okay.
or whether it's just something that kind of actually just rewards you a bit more when you get it right. So there's that kind of bit of making sure we make enough of a change,
Fine.
but keep it playable.
Yeah.
So just a little bit lighter in the shaft weight, but there's still plenty of weight in the head.
Yeah. like that one. Oh,
Okay.
it's a bit right.
I don't mind seeing that because partly the change I made, but
Yeah.
of a little lighter in the handle end and the head weight heavier, but where your problem's been left,
Yeah.
right, we can deal with.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
To be honest, as
again,
long as they go
much
forward,
higher.
I don't mind.
Yeah, much higher. Actually, better, slightly better angle of attack as well. Okay. So actually, I quite like the way this is swinging, but I'm going to get a slightly different head just to get the head weight a little bit lighter.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a slimmer head shape.
Yeah. Sound different as well.
So where this one's effectively it's a hollow body design rather than open back like the Mizuno, it just changed the sound a little bit.
Oh, that's high.
We're close. Just gonna make a really small change to the shaft. It's very close. I mean that one. This is the challenge. It's sort of is whether just taking a little bit of weight off makes it just a bit easier to get the very best out of.
Yeah.
But then I'm also conscious of, based on where your swing's at the moment, as you play a little bit more, that's only going to get better and better. And actually, that one drew over a little bit, but the previous shot here is it's a really nice dynamic through. The face is only 1 degree closed, the path's a little bit squarer, and club speed's up a little bit. That's a teeny weeny amount from being there's a little bit on strike that wasn't quite there, but that's a fraction away from being really nice. Nice, but kind of a really nice contact and everything, and flight and height's good. So yeah, I'm going to get something just a couple of grams less just to cross-reference, but I quite like the fact that that's going to let you be really positive with it. So just dropped a few grams in shaft weight. It's still about 10% heavier than your current shafts, but just allows us to leave the weight in the club head, and seeing by dropping a bit of weight from that last one, does it make it just a little easier to time?
And you have the same width of grip, do you on it?
Yeah, so we do the Titleist and
Yeah.
just with the round things.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch one more, but that might have just moved us back a little bit light, so you just turn that one over. Yeah, I think if we go there, at this weight, it almost looks like you're then, club speed's still in a similar place, but it's got a little bit more of a turnover.
Okay.
So I think I'd rather err to something that kind of makes you need to be a bit more positive, because I think that gets the best out of your swing.
Okay, perfect.
So these just going to do a bit of exploring around the kind of 60 to 65 gram mark on shaft weight. We're at just over 50 with the ones in the burners, but keeping a bit of weight in the bottom end, because Sophie uses a bit of balance in the tip end of the shaft well to hit against that makes it harder to turn it over left.
But interestingly, the reason I think I like this is because it's more bubbly, it's all the way. So this, yeah. Yeah. That feels, yeah.
So this one almost was a bit too rough.
That is just
Just that's maybe a little hard work. I'll just switch that out. Also, don't want to do too many a row, so you
get
want to kind
tired.
of see the natural swing of them rather than finding a way of making
fair
them
enough.
work. So just a slight subtle change in dead weight, balance point. So these are actually really quite similar,
Okay.
but it's just seeing whether one just stands out a little bit more than the others. So just going back to a shaft that looked like it swung well earlier, and just to do a bit of a double check.
Oh God.
Okay. So that one you just kind of reined it back a little
Yeah.
bit. So. And that's actually, so that's some of the danger. If you go too kind of within yourself, then actually body stops and then your hands just wrap around. Yeah, so that one where it was, I don't say full send, it was a more committed move. Because you kept turning on it, then
It goes through.
keeps the face online. And these ones now actually will respond to, you haven't got to go 100% at it, but will respond to you being more positive, because actually the weight gets the club dropping in a bit more, whereas with those, if you try to hit those that hard, it's gone left.
Yeah.
So actually, they actually let you be a little bit more positive. I'm going to change the head though. I do like the way that swings.
Okay.
But I'm going to change the head just to see if we can get it kicking up. I think we can get a bit more performance across the face.
Okay.
So yeah, so like where we've gone with the shaft weight, I think for Sophie, whose natural action is a bit more positive, actually by going, it's around sort of 7 or 8 grams heavier, actually lets her be more positive. I mean, you could argue it kind of requires her to be, but actually in terms of, considering she's only a year or so in, actually, the more positive swings now are more your kind of average swing as she starts to play more and more and the game improves and develops on. So actually having a club that lets her do that, start to see with that last swing there's a bit more positive, it was a straighter shot. So that I quite like about the shaft. Head-wise, we've gone to a couple. The Mizuno that we used first was pretty good. Tested a Titleist, but what I don't want to do is I want a head that keeps a little bit of flight and spin on it. So whilst Sophie gets a good launch angle, I don't want the spin to get too low. Because actually then, again, as she continues to improve, that means more accuracy, more control on the green. So that's really what I look for from the heads now is we need to make sure the head doesn't get too heavy, which some will, but I want to keep a little bit of spin on it. So just testing a couple of heads now just to check out flight.
Right. I'm about to kick that. Oh my God, sorry.
So it's right, we'll get rid of that one.
No,
No,
should I
we'll get
do
rid of
one
that
good one?
That's all right. That's okay.
That was awful. That's why I'm a 34 handicap. When
That's
you
why
see
you got the
those.
shots.
God, that was bad.
Nothing that we haven't seen a lot of and won't see a lot of moving forward. There are a few that will look a little bit different. It's whether may make no difference whatsoever, or it might be that one of the head shapes actually kind of looks a little bit nicer. So if there is one that stands out at all, then visually, then just say.
I think they all look different, so they're all going to be like an adjustment, aren't they? But
Yeah. Interesting, that's going left again. Okay. I see one more. I'll go back to one that we used earlier.
oh my God.
Yeah, let me go back to one we used earlier. Thank you. Just not getting into the bottom of the board as well with that. Okay, there we go.
Thank you. These have got a way bigger back.
Yeah, so some of that's sort of getting the weight down and back to get it deep enough to get the ball up a little bit quicker, is the theory. It's interesting seeing with this where that launch angle is getting to.
Yep.
So it's definitely picking the ball up. Now, I mean, that's the design. It's sort of an HL kind of high launch model, but it's certainly getting it up a little bit quicker than the other heads.
Okay.
I've never been able to stop before I swing.
I feel like I'd rather do that than hit someone with a ball, so.
Okay.
I do quite like those ones.
I'm going to get, we've got, I just want to see, we've got another one of these heads. I want to check whether it's a slightly different weight. In an ideal world, that would be a fraction lighter.
Okay.
Just want to see just a little less head heavy with this head if I can. Grab that head. So with this one, actually just grip it down a fraction, just a
Okay.
1/4 inch.
Okay.
Just 'cause it'll just take a little bit of an edge off the balance.
Oh my God. Right, concentrate.
Just don't creep too close to it. So these are just a little bit longer, 1/4 inch or so longer than
Okay.
your current ones.
So my setup needs to be a bit different.
Okay, that was nice. Yeah, so that little bit further away just gives you a bit of room to free your arms up. Okay. I'm going to do one. So my only, just wonder whether, whereas I said I like kind of where the weight is, I wonder whether it's right on the top end. And it's whether it's just pushing it a little bit too far.
Okay.
So I'm going to, let's see, just going to go back to one we used earlier.
Oh God. It felt nice, but it didn't look very nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's wanted to get that way.
Let me do one more. I don't know how you can tell when they're all so different.
No, it's so yeah, they're not as different as it probably feels like. It's so what I would say with this one, going back to it, is whether it feels like, I don't know how would I word it. So whether it feels hard work or not.
Okay.
I like the strongest moves look really good with it.
Okay.
But it's whether it feels like you've got to be kind of full on to get anything from it. Because I think your best swings have been with this shaft.
Yeah.
Like there was that one where you really committed through it, and it look really good through the ball, but I just don't want it to need you to have to be 100% with it.
I do like the feel of this one. Top that a bit.
Because actually, in terms of the move, so that was a little bit, I think, a little bit out of the, yeah, okay, just maybe call it a little bit of ground ball, but actually in terms of the sync between you and the club, actually looks the most connected. I think there's potentially just a little bit of getting you, yeah, it might be a slight adjustment to ball position or distance from the ball, but actually the timing on your better moves looks, you know, the contact of things can come a little bit. It's not like they're spraying all over the place, but actually how you and the club move together looks the best for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one, there's a little bit of kind of mat and ball contact at the same time, but yeah, your best results been with this shell.
Yeah, I like this one. And not just because it's black.
Okay, so that wasn't perfect contact, but actually still good ball speed. I want to just test where the lies. I want to do a little bit of it. Actually, that one's fine. I should need the ball. Just make sure make sure the angles, like the way it's sitting, toe up, toe down's in a good place. But I say, conscious that, you know, you're only going to be playing more, you're only going to be improving, that actually the best hits become like your kind of average shot, really in not a lot of time.
Yeah.
Once you get used to having a little bit more weight to hit against, and also bear in mind this one's going to be the longest iron if we go to it. So, you know, it's only going to be, the other irons are only going to be easier to swing.
Yeah.
So this has got a little chalk line on it, which will show me toe up, toe down, how it's coming in. So like contact-wise, that's stronger.
Yeah.
Yes, it's drawn over a little bit, but that's strike-wise better than. Okay, I'm going to see one more there. So it's a little bit toe down, but let's do one more just to check that. But if you can get the strike there, then actually as you do a bit of technique work, then that's only going to straighten it up.
Yeah. Definitely feels nice with this one.
Yeah, so just occasionally plate just drops underneath a little bit, which is where the path then swing line goes more to the right, the ball shapes a little bit more. Yeah, okay, so it's a little bit toe down. Line's pointing that way up, so it's a little bit toe down. But actually, with Sophie's tendency to hit it right to left, that actually gears the ball to the right a bit and helps reduce it slightly. So actually, we'd be inclined to not really change that because it's helping with the shot shape a little bit. Let me go back in. I'm just going to pop the Titleist head back on, just to make certain. Certainly from a launch point of view, that Mizuno head's launching really well. It's what it's been particularly good at doing this year. There is we haven't got it yet, but there is a higher loft version of this coming out in a few weeks' time. So everything about the head is the same.
Yeah.
The base weight, they do a couple of weights in each head. The base weight's slightly lighter, but actually that's no bad thing for what we want out of it. But the loft's going to sit a little bit higher, which again helps with elevation. So a slight change to that. Okay, great. There we go.
Thank you. Oh.
So it's quite a different sound.
Yeah.
It's launch angle is pretty good. I think with both of them, there's not huge differences.
Okay.
I would say, if anything, just checking what the flight. Yeah, very, very similar actually. I mean, in principle, there's a little bit more, the better hits, we're seeing a little bit more ball speed out of the Mizuno head.
Okay.
A little bit. The results are pretty darn similar. The one thing that, well, I haven't got the exact head here because it hasn't been released yet, but so the nuts and bolts, the construction is exactly the same as that one, is that when the higher loft model comes out, it will give us more height. And actually for, ball speed's going to be the same. It's got from where that one sits, it's got a couple of degrees more loft, which means more height, more stopping power, more control. That's one element where actually having the extra loft isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Okay.
From a ball speed point of view, it goes towards the Mizuno head.
Okay.
You've also got to like the head as well. So they're both actually, in terms of ball speed efficiency on the solid hits, they're both very good. You mentioned about the Mizuno being able to see the back of it. It's whether that's something that you find kind of almost a bit of a comfort blanket, a bit reassuring, or whether the neater head shape's better. Do you prefer the seeing a little bit more club head?
Well, I think I'd probably just get used to whichever one, wouldn't I?
Yeah, but if one kind of naturally appeals a little bit more. Do you want me to pop the Mizuno back on?
Maybe I'll just do one more with this one. So is it basically just down to personal preference now then?
I think you've got to look forward to using them.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of the kind of process, actually going, you want to look forward to getting them out of the bag rather than going, okay, if they're really good, great, but actually the other one might have been more, if one makes you feel more relaxed over the ball, then that's a good thing.
Oh God, sorry.
It's all right.
I think probably the other one does. I don't know why this one scares me a bit, because it's like so steep, but I don't know if that's just me.
It is a thinner, it is a thinner top line.
Yeah.
So they physically, from a design point of view, they've angled it to make it look thinner, whereas Mizuno flattened it to show you the whole top line.
Yeah.
So, and that has a big part to play in how you kind of perceive it from a forgiveness point of view.
It is definitely just perception though, because like you said, they're not.
Good hit to good hit, very, very similar result.
I think I like the sound of those ones as well.
Yeah.
Like when you hit a good one, you sort of know it's a good one. Well, it feels it anyway. It's good to me.
So it's an important part. It's one that doesn't necessarily affect performance, but actually it is important from a, I guess it's the, people talk about feel, confidence.
Yeah.
It's important from that aspect.
Oh my good lord. That one was not good.
Wow. Mulligan, get rid of that one.
Yeah, like that felt nice. I don't know if it was nice, but.
Yeah, so I think with that one, I just feel like that one has it's just more likely to pick the ball up a little bit better. Just stood a little close, just creeping back a little bit close to it, that's all. Swing. Yeah, it's like that one there, the height you're getting out of that.
Yeah.
That to me, it's slightly better from that aspect.
It feels nicer.
And if it feels nicer, then definitely down that. But that one's interesting. That one you kept turning through to a finish, and that's one of the better results.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of where, from a fitting like it is today, we've got to fit you for when you make a better move, because whilst that might be your better swing now, that's your average swing in a few months' time.
Yeah.
So, but I think by going a little heavier, it means it almost means you've got to make that move,
Yeah.
which is only then going to encourage you to make a better, stronger swing anyway. So, and it's not like you're my age where we worry about you tailing off and getting slower.
Hopefully
you know,
it's
actually,
I'm
it's
on
only
an
going to keep
upwards.
getting stronger. So, yeah, I think if that feels better as
Yeah.
well, then definitely that's the better.
Okay.
So actually a really interesting, I mean, for someone where you're at with your game, it makes sense to give you something that you can progress with, but actually really nice to see you start to swing that one better and better, and the better swings having the better results, which is what we want rather than the better swings going more offline.
Yeah.
And nice that it felt better as well.
Yeah, and sounded better.
Always nice. Always got make a nice sound so your opponent knows
Exactly.
you've hit it well.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And I think with that, what it's going to let you do is, as your game develops and you get more confident and speed goes up, that'll just get better and better rather than almost having to rein it back and basically kind of, I guess, kind of stifle your game a little bit, because you can't then put, you've got a good amount of speed and a nice positive action, and we want to let you use that rather than not be allowed to.
Yeah.
So yeah, really nice game from that.
Thank you.